Oh great, it's Jeff. Or is it? I shaved, get over it. Not that anybody cares enough to have noticed. New face, who dis? On this week's show, I interview some of the Toy Story 4 cast in order to get to the bottom of something that has plagued me for a very long time. Why are these fully conscious toys so obsessed with being played with? It's weird. Plus, our number one story of the week is about Todd Phillips' Joker and some fighting words he has for Marvel. So stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back to the show where I run down some of CinemaBlend's hottest headlines of the week. I also BS about film and television, attempt some celebrity interviews, and just generally fumble my way through Hollywood in a never-ending quest for attention. Cool? Cool. Our number 5 story of the week is Christian Bale still only has one piece of advice now that Robert Pattinson's the new Batman. How do you even give advice on how to play Batman? Like, it's a completely different interpretation of the character with a completely different director. What do you say to the new Batman? Get in shape, play with bats, no nipple suits? We wrote a story a few years ago about Christian Bale's advice for Ben Affleck, which was simply this.
And he said, make sure they put a zipper in that suit. I did 3 movies with no zipper in my outfit. So
it's apparently really tough to pee when locked into that suit, and the most important thing is to make sure there is a zipper. Affleck continued with his English accent.
Can you believe that they put in that Batman?
2-time Oscar winner Ben Affleck, everybody. So anyway, flash forward to now. Bale also has some advice for the new Batman, Robert Pattinson, and it's as follows. Same as for Ben, just be able to pee by yourself. You don't feel much like a superhero when you can't take a piss by yourself. Solid point, sure. I think if Gotham's villains knew there was a catheter under the batsuit, he'd probably be far less intimidating. Bale seems to agree that you can't give any real tips about how to play a new incarnation of the character. But still, he probably knew he'd get the question a lot, and so his advice is practical. Hard to argue it. Make sure you can pee. Makes sense to me.
Can you believe that they put in that Batman?
In at number 4, Star Wars A New Hope's most infamous mistake has gotten its own documentary. Star Wars is an imperfect franchise. They make mistakes. Sometimes they produce entire films to cover those mistakes.
There is no Rogue One.
Well, there is now.
Well, one of the most famous whoopsies ever was this. Did you miss it? Bam, right there. Some dummy stormtrooper boinks his head on the door. Well, anyway, that's like a really famous clip. Really famous, for some reason. And now a guy has gone and made an entire documentary about it. About this. A guy made an entire doc about this. Right here. That's all. That is Star Wars fandom. It's called The Empire Strikes Door. And I can't wait to see it. In at number 3, Mark Hamill had a wonderful time at Galaxy's Edge, except for one thing. Here's a clip of that one thing. Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill, went to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland, which prompted actress Yvette Nicole Brown to ask if fans were going crazy. Hamill responded to Brown with this. The fans were great, but it turned into a continual selfie party. Next time I go, I'll wear a stormtrooper helmet. I could use you to guide me since it's hard to see anything in one of those. That's what I hear. This is Mark Hamill next time at Disneyland. People are like, "Aw, leave the guy alone, let him enjoy the park." And yeah, I guess in a perfect world that would happen, but come on. Star Wars, the most passionate, and sometimes toxic, fan base in existence. They're gonna ask Mark freaking Hamill for a selfie at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. That's like if Sylvester Stallone was jogging up these exact steps and saying, "Joe, look at me!" Or if Harrison Ford was just out here casually whipping things. Like, this is my whipping time. Leave me alone, fans. I just do this. In at number 2, we finally know how old Captain America was at the end of Avengers Endgame. Spoiler alert, jeez. At the end of Avengers Endgame, Steve Rogers had to go back to the past, but then he decided to stay there, 'cause boo. So then we see him hella old at the end, having lived a wonderful life.
That's right.
There's so many plot holes we could nitpick from this, but I just don't have the strength, and that's not really the point of the article. The question is, how old is this guy? Looks pretty damn good. Rogers was born in 1918, then he was frozen, then there was some time travel and other shit that went down. We could crunch the numbers and do a bunch of other research that I'm too lazy for, or we could just listen to Jen Underdahl, the film's visual effects producer. When explaining the process of digitally aging Chris Evans by using effects and a body double, she casually said it was to create, quote, that 106-year-old super soldier look. 106? 106? This guy's 106? I guess he's like a super soldier, so they age differently, but if that's the case, when does he, like, die of old age? What does 206-year-old Steve Rogers look like? Also, he went back to be with Peggy, meaning he's gonna be aging slower than her. At one point, they clearly must have found themselves in some sort of odd reverse Benjamin Button scenario.
7, but I look a lot older.
Anyway, 106, and he has more hair than I do at 30. That's cute. In other news, because now I'm hurt, Toy Story 4 is coming to home video. Digital on October 1st and Blu-ray on October 8th. Real talk, I straight up 100p fucking love this movie. And I recently got to interview Kristen Schaal, who plays Trixie.
Hello, I'm Trixie.
And Ali Maki, who plays Giggle McDimples.
Howdy, Sheriff. Officer Giggle McDimples.
It was very fun.
CinemaBlend!
Woo!
Blend it up!
Ow! Crushing it.
I was very dramatic with that.
Brute!
I know, right?
You
Right? Well, anyway, there was something on my mind. Something about the franchise as a whole that I was struggling to wrap my head around. Why are these toys so obsessed with being played with? The most played with toy is like the leader of the rest of the toys, so it's a point of pride. Bo Peep treats it like sport in the new film, just constantly on a quest for various kids to play with her. So what is it? Is it like a hunger, like a general need for fulfillment? I needed to get to the bottom of it. Check it out. What is
We all
it?
want to be loved, right? We all want purpose. I think a lot of it has to do with purpose. That's kind of what they're
Yeah,
doing,
that's what a
right?
toy's purpose is to
Yeah.
be played with. They come alive the most when they're played
Right.
with, even though, you know, now you're really sending us down a wormhole, because they're definitely more alive when they're not being played with, because they're like going on adventures.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know. That might be a huge flaw. That might be a thread that you're pulling in the Toy Story franchise.
we
and
call
I think
Josh
you should
Cooley?
back away from that. I'm gonna
hello?
make a call.
The
we
Pixar
gotta get him
police?
out of here. CinemaBlend
He's
is
asking questions.
CinemaBlend is asking too many questions.
That we're
the
having
wrong
to think
questions.
about.
Story structure questions.
Hello?
So anyway, I didn't get any answers, and now Pixar knows we're on to them, but these two were delightful.
Ow! Oh my God! Sorry.
that was
Oh,
intense.
sorry. Now I heard the sound guy. Now I heard the. Sorry, Gabe.
Again, Toy Story 4, digital 10.1, Blu-ray 10.8. Anyway, now it is time for our number one story of the week. Todd Phillips says DC's Joker is a movie Marvel couldn't make. Ooh, what a headline. Pfft, Marvel couldn't make this movie. I'm kidding, that wasn't his implication. Todd Phillips' Joker, starring Joaquin Phoenix, is apparently completely bonkers and pretty edgy. I have not seen it yet myself, but that's the chatter. Violent, bizarre, disturbing. We know how dark DC can get.
Can you believe that they put in that Batman?
Well, anyway, it looks like director Todd Phillips was completely aware that they just can't compete with Marvel. That replicating the MCU's structure wouldn't work. They have something of a monopoly on PG-13 superheroes. A smarter path would be to do something different. He said this. You can't beat Marvel. It's a giant behemoth. Let's do something they can't do. And he's right! Disney could not make a film like Joker. It just wouldn't happen. Maybe somewhere down the line they'll get a little edgier. Mahershala's Blade. Come on, Blade. Also, we're wondering about Deadpool's future at Marvel. Anyway, that seems to be part of the reason that Phillips wanted to give the audience something different. And so far, the reactions have been pretty damn positive. Good on you, buddy.
Can you introduce me as Joker?
Well, that's it, bro. Another episode in the bag. I'm starting to lose count, which is a good thing. Please hit like and subscribe, turn on your notifications. That is if you enjoyed the show, but you did make it to the end, so like, come on, just do it. We post new episodes of this show every week. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jeff McCobb, because I am completely caught up with this image-obsessed culture of Hollywood, and I need people to think that I'm important. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. You know what I just realized? It's like a pet. It's like a pet. Like the way that a pet needs affection from a human, the same way that the toys in Toy Story crave affection from humans. I just figured it out. It's like a pet. They're like pets. I asked the director and producer, and they didn't even give me a straight answer, man. The powers that be at Pixar don't even know that. See, she's like a toy. Doesn't that make sense? That makes perfect sense. I'm fucking smart.